Hey guys, and welcome back to the second video in my beginner series, and we are going to go over brushes. And I'm not talking a few brushes, no judgment, right? I have 3 mugs here. 1, 2, and 3 of brushes. Now, I wanted to give you a couple different varieties and brands, and all of them are drugstore. Prices to, some of them, the prices to me are not considered drugstore, but hey, I'm laying this out. I even have a beauty sponge that if you watch my video on Saturday, you found out I fell in love with this thing, and I haven't put it down since. So, but anyway, I will tell you, how to well, I don't want to say maintain, because I'm not a makeup artist. I don't have all the expensive cleansers that a lot of people have, and there's a lot of DIY, do-it-yourself cleansers and this, that, and the other. I'm just going to tell you what I do and what I prefer to do. And I will go ahead and start off with the e.l.f. line, because to me, it is one of the cheaper lines, but lately, they've been up in their prices. I'm not even kidding. Every time, they came out with a new brush or something like that, the price was, it's still drugstore, but, I guess they kind of figured out, hey, well, if they're going to pay for this, we can up it. But anyway, I have 2 sets of brushes from them, from e.l.f., and you will definitely see the difference when I show you these brushes. Now, the first 5 I'm going to show you are from e.l.f.'s $1 line. And you can tell because they are white or a cream. Yeah, I'd say more of a cream, stick, while their studio line is black. So, we will go ahead and go over these brushes, and I'm going to tell you what you can use them for, what they're used for, and what I use them for. So the first one we're going to do is this, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Here we go. The Smudge Brush. Now this, I don't know if you can tell, it's very thin, short bristles, and it's supposed to help you apply extreme intensity to your colors that you put on your eyes. You can also use this for underneath your eyes. When you go to, apply liner and you want to smoke it out, you would use this and you would go underneath and just smudge it out. I don't usually do that. I'm trying to get into it, but it hasn't hit me yet. We'll just say that. And then, let's see, the next one I have here is the Defining Eye Brush. And as you can tell, this one is shorter and it curves. And I lost my train of thought. Doesn't that always happen? Always happen. But this one does have soft bristles. And it's supposed to help you add, like just a light wash of color. And it's supposed to add depth and definition. And you use this in your crease. And when I mean your crease, I mentioned that in Monday's video with the terminology. Your crease is right in here, between the eye socket and your brow bone. It's right in there. And if you have hooded eyes, it's actually easier for you to find your crease, which I do. I do have hooded eyes. And you know what, I don't think that was a term I went over. So I'm going to zoom you in and show you what I'm talking about. Ooh, hello. Way too far. Okay. Let's see if I can keep this in focus, because I'm actually holding my tripod. You can tell that I have a piece of skin right here that hangs over my lid. That is considered hooded eyes. Now, where the crease is at, if I can grab the brush and not shake everybody, you would take this brush here, and you go in here. And you would apply your shadow. So, let me zoom you guys out. Saturday's video, you'll see I try to zoom out and it's not working. Go figure. Let's see. There we go. On Saturday's video, which I don't usually do Saturday videos, yeah, I zoomed actually farther in instead of farther out. Go figure. Okay, so let's see. This one right here, this one is the concealer brush, and this one's very small. I would almost consider this a pencil brush. And this is for when you have blemishes or acne or anything of that nature. And you would basically dip this in your concealer, you know, or you can do it on the back of your hand, no matter, you know, however you want to do. And you would just go and you would tap it in. I wouldn't rub it in, because you're basically just rubbing your product away. And it's not going to cover like you wanted it to. But that is what this one does. And see, look how itty bitty that thing is. Itty bitty. I'd be the one that poke my eye out with that thing. And then this one is the shadow brush. And as you can tell, this one is tapered. And this is for you to pick up color, you know, right on the tip. Not too much, not too little. And you could dab it on your eyelid, or, you know, maybe the crease. The only thing I would be careful with is if, you know, depending on the kind of shadow you're using, you could get a lot of fallout. Just be careful. I suggest if you're doing, you know, a shadow and it's like a pigment, or, you know, something that you'd like to be really metallic, use a little setting spray or MAC Fix Plus. Smashbox even has one, and all the ones I'm listing, those are not drugstore. I actually have been using the new setting spray from Wet n Wild just to do that, because I can't afford to go get a $30 bottle of some dab burn, you know, solution just because, you know, everybody says it's the best. Well, if they told you jump off a bridge, you gonna jump off a bridge? No. Okay, anyway, let me get back to this before I scare some people. This one here is the blending brush, and this one's more round, more dome tipped, I would say. And this helps you, you know, blend, you know, multiple eye colors, or eyeshadows, not eye colors. And it also helps soften, you know, the edges around your eyeshadows, because a lot of people don't just use one color. They use 2, 3, 5, 6. So you never know. And this basically would just go around the edges and blend them out so they're not harsh, so it doesn't look like, you know, you walked out of, so you basically don't look, I don't want to say scary, but, you know, you want to look like it was done effortlessly, even though, you know, we don't do all that. It's not effortlessly. But, you don't want to look like you just threw it on and walked out the door. But anyway, those are the 5 that I have from the their $1 line. I've had these for 5 years. And you can tell, because on this one, it's actually cracked. Like the cream color is actually coming off of it. I'm almost wondering if that's like its sign telling me I'm done. Throw me away. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Okay, so the next one that we are going to talk about is also e.l.f., but this is their studio line. And I know I'm messing around, and I'm sorry. I'm trying to make sure that the stuff I'm telling you is, you know, the right facts. So I'm actually on the website as I'm talking about these brushes. So I will also have all the links below to every single one of these brushes that I mentioned. So you can go and check it out for yourself. So you're not just hearing it word for mouth, you're reading it for yourself. Okay, we'll start off with this one. And like I said, these are a little different. These are their studio line. This is the next line up. And the one thing I really like from e.l.f. is that they don't just put their brand on there, but they give you the name of the brush. You know, not a lot of brushes do that. I know Real Techniques does, which I have a mug full of those too. But like the Up&Up, I love those brushes. But they don't have the names on the brushes. Wah, wah, wah. Anyway, okay. So, this brush here, as you can tell, They call it duo fiber, if I'm correct. And basically, with it being that way, I'm trying to see if I can get you to see this without, you know. What it's supposed to do is that you can apply cream products with this. You can do liquids. I wouldn't do powders. Just don't do it. And basically you stipple it on. So you would take, what, your foundation or your cream, what have you. Dab it on. And then you would dab it in circular motions all over your face. And basically what it's supposed to do, it's supposed to give you a flawless finish. Like you just got, you know, your face done and it was airbrushed. That's what, you know, they say about it. I don't really like this for foundation. I actually like this one for cream blush. And I only own one. It's just like, yeah, you really don't know anything, do you? I've heard that before. But with the cream blush, you would do the same thing. You know, to me, it gives a flawless finish for the blush. But I don't like it for foundation. But that's just my preference. You know, a lot of other people like it. You know, everybody's different. The next one here, this is, and I know they look a little dense. I actually just washed these last night. I didn't want to embarrass myself and show you that I had dirty, you know, makeup brushes. And this one is called the Pointed Foundation Brush. And as you can tell, it looks something completely different. And this is supposed to give you exact application. You could use this for concealer if you wanted to. They were even saying on the website you could use it as a, you know, to highlight. I don't know about that one. I haven't tried it. Maybe I will, just, you know, just to know. But you can, okay, I'm starting to stutter over myself. These came out, and I think I have it listed somewhere on here, that these bristles are actually cruelty-free. Either cruelty-free or vegan-free. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can find where it said. Okay, these are called, okay, I'm going to butcher this, but bear with me. I will list it below. I'll even put it up on the screen so you can make fun of me because I can't pronounce things. A Taklon brush. And these, the bristles are made to be softer and more absorbent. And they can be used for wet or dry. Now, I guess you can use it for like cream concealer or something like that. But to me, trying to use, I mean, it's dense. I can't see myself, hey, I'm putting on a foundation. No, I would use this more as a concealer than a foundation brush. But let's see, this one right here, this is the complexion brush. And yeah, you can tell it's, to me, mine came out flat. I don't know, you know, if this is really how the brush is supposed to look. Because I've seen a lot of YouTubers and theirs are fluffy. Theirs looks like this. You know, look at the difference. Even in fullness, look at that. There's a big difference. But anyway, this is supposed to be used with powders. They say you can use it wet or dry. I don't know. This is not really dense to me. This is actually really soft. I would only use these with powder. Or at least this brush. I would only use it with powder. And they say it gives you a flawless finish when you know, apply powder. And, you know, yeah, that's basically what this one is for. It's just, I would have just called this a powder brush. And I'm going to talk about their powder brush in a minute. To me, this is a, you know, a flat top kabuki brush. Just my opinion. And, you know, the bristles are the same, except this one feels like it has a lot more bristles in it than the other one. But look at the, I would use this as, you know, a liquid foundation or maybe a cream. Like I just read, these bristles evidently you can use wet or dry, which I just learned that a day ago. Had no clue. This one, this is my absolute favorite brush, and yes, I use this one today, so you're gonna see like pink all over the place on this one. This is their blending brush. Now this is a short brush. And it doesn't have the name on it. It just says, maybe I'm left-handed. It says e.l.f. on it. There's no, you know, name for it. Look how it's fanned out. Look at that. And these bristles are so soft. So soft. Soft as a baby's bottom, let me tell you. And it looks like that from the side, you know, and they really did just fan it out. Now, to me, out of all the e.l.f. brushes, this one is my absolute favorite. This is my multitasker. I can use this to bronze, blush, highlight, you know, do your little highlight around it, whatever. This is my favorite brush, and it is $6. I am gonna, you know what, I should have just started, you know, going over the prices, and I was not thinking. So let me scroll back up here, and I will tell you the prices of these. Okay, so the complexion brush, which was this one right here is $4. The powder brush is $4 as well. Looks like a flat top kabuki. And then the pointed foundation brush is also $4. And then the stipple is $3. So there's that. And then this one is $6. I think I was just checking on the website, and I think they knocked this down to $4. I could be wrong. No, I take it back. It is still $6. Still $6. Okay, and this one here, this is the Flawless Concealer Brush. Now, to me, that almost looks like a really big eyeshadow brush. Like, I don't use this for concealer at all. I don't. I really use this to, you know, blend out my edges. But if you're not careful, it will make your look muddy. I don't use this for concealer. I've tried, and I just started getting shedding out of my brush. I won't do it. I won't do it. And this one, let's see. The concealer brush is $3. This one right here is $3. Next one, this is the blush brush, and I do like this one. I like this one. I mean, if you look, it is tapered, and it looks like this. You know, and that's from the side, you can tell. And in case, I'm not trying to make you guys sound stupid, so bear with me. Tapered, basically they are making it go from like thick to thin. And I might end up cutting that out, because I'm pretty sure I'd have a lot of hate mail after that one. And I didn't think that this needed really that much explanation, since it is a blush brush. But I can tell you this, you can also use it not just for blush, but for contouring for your bronzer. And you can also, if you're careful, you can actually use this for highlight as well. I've done that one. And that one, let me see, the blush brush. Okay, I can find it. This is going to be one long video. This is $3. Okay, the next one is the angled blush brush. Now, this one here, you can tell it's angled. It's tapered. And this is pretty thick. I actually don't use this brush too often, because I have another blush brush that I really, really like. But you can use this as blush. You just have to be careful. It will pick up a lot of product, and it just sits right there. And the one thing I can tell you, the first place you set this is where you're going to get the most color. So you might want to start in the apples of the cheeks and work your way. But you can also use this for bronzer. But like I said, I don't really use this one. This one, the Eyeshadow C brush. I like this one. This one is good for packing on color on your eyelid. And it does very well. It is dense, and it is tapered a little bit. But, you know, pack on your color. And if you want an even stronger punch, spray it with some setting spray or some MAC Fix Plus. And this one I think is $3. I have a long list, if you guys haven't noticed that yet. I'm pretty sure you've noticed that, especially since I'm going back and forth between my computer. Yeah, this one is $3. Alrighty. And then this one here is the small angled brush. Now this has got a very tiny tip, and it is tapered. This is used to do eyeliner, specifically gel eyeliner. And this is supposed to help you do a precise line, you know, above or even below if you want to try and use this as a smudger. But to me, the bristles are too hard to do it as a, like, I think you could, you know, really hurt yourself. Like, I wouldn't use it for that. And that one is 3. The next one is the contour brush. This one, it's kind of like a blending brush for your eyes. And you can also get in your crease with this one. I think I had one. Yeah, I had one with their dollar line as well. But that's all of the e.l.f. brushes I have. Now, the only issue I've ever had with the e.l.f. brushes is that they do shed, especially from the dollar line. But at least it's $1, not $30, $40, $50 for a brush. So if you're starting out, I would start out cheap, you know, just so you can get the, you know, the handle on what, you know, you're supposed to do. Okay? Now, the next set, I think my husband just walked through the door, is the Up&Up brush. And this is the Target brand. I love these brushes. And most of them are pretty much self-explanatory. Most of them we already talked about. The only difference would be is the price range. So we'll start off with the biggest brush. And this is the powder brush. So soft. And I guess you can consider this duo fiber. I don't. But it is very soft. And it does very well with powder. Don't use this with creams. Just don't. You would ruin your brush. Unless you washed it right away. But it's a powder brush for a reason. It's for powder. And the powder brush, I just like, let's see. Okay, so the powder brush is $6.99. And it is worth every bit of that $6.99. We're still in drugstore. The next one, they consider this one their complexion brush, which I would actually call my flat top kabuki. But that's just me. And I love this brush for foundation. You can use this for cream. You can use this for liquid. What have you. This I love. And it's as soft as bristles that you put on your face. It's amazing. Love this thing. Next one, this is the blush brush. And obviously, I don't think it needs any explanation. You just use it for your blush. You could also use this. It is tapered a little bit. So you could also use this as a bronzer. And the blush brush is $5.99. And then I have one in here. I'm going to grab them while I am speaking to you. Okay. The next bunch I'm going to mention, there's 2 sets in here. And this set here is $11.99. And this one right here, this is a flat tip foundation brush. You'd use this with cream, liquid, what have you. And it is very soft. It is, you know, tapered. Let me see if I can blend in a little bit. It is tapered. Very good brush. I don't like those kinds of brushes to apply. To me, they come off streaky. So what I actually like to do with this one is actually use it as a concealer brush. And it gets good in your inner corner and go out. Next one is your contour brush. This one you would use for your bronzers. And it, you know, it's contoured for a reason. I would have said it was an angled brush, but it's okay. This is also a little dense, and it does really well. But I have a better bronzer brush, which I showed you in the first one. This one here is a lip brush. I don't use this to apply lipsticks. I actually use this to apply like a highlighter to the center of my lips and just kind of do a kind of thing. And it actually makes your lips look bigger. Just a tip. This one here is your highlighter brush, and this does work very, very well for highlighting. And you know, everybody likes to highlight different. You know, me, I like to go on my cheekbones and go a little bit right here above my eye. I'll even go down the center of my nose, my Cupid's bow, a little bit on my chin, and do the same on the other side. Some people will do more, some people will do less. It just depends on what you are comfortable doing. And then my last set here, this is, let me see, what did they have it named as? Okay, so it's the medium shadow and smudge brush set, and this is $4.99. And that's what they look at. This is what they look like. And so the medium shadow brush, you know, do your eyelid and, you know, a little bit maybe in the crease. And you can use this one here to smudge anything out. This would be anything like underneath your eye. You could even probably do a highlighter underneath your brow bone if you felt comfortable doing that. Okay, so that was the Target set. Now we're on to the most expensive ones of the bunch. And these are the Real Techniques. I like the Real Techniques. I will, if I had the money, I would buy them all. I just can't afford that. But the powder brush, we'll start off with the, you know, the big one. That's what the powder brush looks like. And to me, this is almost thicker than the Up&Up. You know, to me, it is thicker. But it's great. It is so soft. And they also do the same thing as what the e.l.f. line does. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell because it is very, you know, it blends in. But they also put the names of the brushes on here. And this one's 10. And the blush, we'll go to the sculpting brush. This one is also 10. And this one is tapered and angled. And I actually use this with liquid foundation, concealer, liquid, you know, or cream, you know, blush, bronzer, what have you. This is definitely a good brush for that. It is amazing. I love this brush. Next brush, let me see. Okay, here we go. Okay. So the next brush is the blush brush, and this one is 9. This one is very tapered, but I love this. You know, honestly, you could get away with doing, you know, contour, blush, highlight, just with this one alone. I mean, and look at this. They're so soft. They're so soft. Okay, the next one is the concealer brush. And it looks like this. And this is $8. I don't use it for concealer. I probably should start to since I paid $8 for this brush. But I can't get myself to do it. I tried it once, you know, packing it in, and it didn't look right. And you know what? I almost guarantee you 90% chance it wasn't the brush's fault. It was probably mine and what product I was using at the time. So I definitely need to give this one more, you know, more of a go. The last one is a set, and these will be the last brushes I talk about. And this set is $18, and it comes with 4 brushes. This one right here, this is, let me set those down. This is for your brows, or you could even use it as a liner, but I almost think it might be a little too big for that. And you can use cream product on this brush, and you know, use a spoolie first and put, you know, your pomade or your gel, what have you. And it's great. It's dense enough to where it'll hold the product, but it's not going to be enough to where it smears, you know, as you're going across your I'm going to say eyelashes, your eyebrow. It's definitely a good brush. My next one, this is the Deluxe Crease Brush. There we go. And this is very dense, and it looks like this. And, you know, you can use it in the crease. You can help, you know, buff everything out on your eye. It's very good for that. I've been using this ever since I bought it. It's a very good brush. Next one is, okay, well, I guess I could have said that. It was a fine liner brush, and it is very fine. Very fine. Itty bitty little space. This one you can use for gel liners, which is what I use it for. And you know, you can do it for tight lining, underneath, what have you. This one will get it done. My last one is the base shadow brush. Now I know they say it's a base shadow brush, but I use it for everything. But basically, once you put down your eye primer, and you know, it kind of sets in 30 seconds or whatnot, and you go in with your base shade, and you know, you just rub it all over your eye. I don't just use it for that. Once I do that, I'm basically doing everything except for maybe the blending. This is definitely a great brush. I do swear by this brush. And the last thing I'm going to mention, I think I already said that twice already, is this sponge right here. Now, if you saw my Saturday's video, I ranted and raved about this thing, because everybody loves the Beauty Blender. Oh, it does everything that none of the other ones do. Really? Because this is the only one I've had that expanded when I touched it with water. And it blends out better than the one I got at Rite Aid. And I'm so thankful, because this one is $1, you know, under what I paid at the one at Rite Aid. And this one is by Beauty Bungalow, I do believe is the brand. And it was only $3.99 at TJ Maxx. Look at this thing. This thing is huge. It's like 2 Cadbury eggs put together. And you know what? Just to prove my point, I brought my one from Rite Aid, because this one, it doesn't expand. And this one was actually not by much, but this one was smaller than the Rite Aid one. But look at the difference. Look at the difference. There's a big difference. This thing is huge. And it's just as soft as a baby's bottom. It really is. This thing goes a long way. And ever since I got it, I haven't put it down. I really haven't. But anyway, that is pretty much everything I got for brushes. But cleaning wise, you need to get a towel, beach towel, what have you, one you got around the house, and, you know, lay it next to your sink. And basically you're going to wet your brush. And you can use anything and everything really to clean them. They say to be careful because, you know, I guess they're sensitive. And, you know, hey baby. But what I actually use the Dove Sensitive Body Wash on these. You just wet the brush a little bit, put a little bit of Dove in your hand. I wouldn't say anything, you know, bigger than a dime. And just, you know, do one of these. And I know you've probably seen like these little pink mats that they got. I think Sigma's got one. I think Morphe has one. Why pay $30 for a dab burn mat if you could just do it in your hand and you don't need anything else? But make sure you rinse them out very well, that you got all the soap out. And just kind of do one of these, you know, to make sure, you know, majority of the water is out of it. And lay them on the towel. Let them dry overnight. And I'm almost guaranteed, because I haven't figured this one out yet, even just overnight, my big brushes, like my powdered brushes, or even my, you know, my complexion brush, they're still wet. But the only thing you do is you just pick it up, do one of these just to kind of, you know, maneuver the bristles a little bit, and then just, you know, lay them on the opposite side and let them dry a little bit. That's it. That's all, you know, it is. I've heard people actually using Johnson & Johnson's baby shampoo, and that's worked. But I like my Dove, and I will be sticking with my Dove. But anyway, that is all I have to say about brushes. And I will have all the brushes and stuff linked down below. I will even give you the prices and the websites. So if you found something you were interested in, you can go ahead and do it that way. Most of these you can buy in any drugstore, Walmart, Target, Rite Aid, CVS, Walgreens, anything like that, you will find these brushes. Actually, I take that back. The only one you're going to have an issue with is the Up&Up ones, because these are only sold at Target. Otherwise, anything else you can get anywhere else. You can get them online, store, what have you, whatever you want to do. But anyway, that is all I have to say about brushes. If you have any comments or anything that I haven't covered that you'd like me to cover, let me know, and I will have them answered before I upload my next video for Wednesday. So just let me know. Talk to you later, guys. Take care. Bye.